was selling the milk from their cow, Bess. The cow's name is Bess. One morning, Jack's mother woke him up early. It was still dark outside. She was crying. Jack, wake up, go to the market today and sell our cow, Bess. But why? Asked Jack, yawning. We need money to fix our house. There are holes in the roof. The windows are broken. For heaven's sake, we have no front door. Then what are you doing all this time? Today, she remembered today that they have holes and no front door. Today, the windows are broken. Winter is coming soon. If we don't fix the house, the cold will kill us. But okay, it wasn't only today that these problems have been noticed. Just because the winter is coming, now it's the time to fix them. But until then, it was summer. Because until then, it was summer. She didn't have any problem with that, maybe. Jack packed his bag and fetched Bess from the barn. As he was walking out the gate, he heard his mother shout, "She's worth at least 5 gold coins. Don't sell her for less." When Jack was halfway to the market, he met an old man. "Good morning, my boy," said the old man. Where are you going today?" "Good morning, sir," replied Jack. "I'm going to the market to sell my cow. Her name is Bess." "She's a beautiful cow," said the man. "I will buy Bess, and I will give you a very good deal." "How much will you pay for her?" "I won't take less than 5 gold coins," said Jack. "I don't have 5 gold coins." Then don't buy her," whispered the man. "But I have these 5 black beans." Excuse me. "These beans are magic beans. They are worth more than gold. If you take these beans, you will be richer than the richest man in the world." "Tell me more." "Don't just say you will be rich, How?" Jack thought about his mother. He thought about how happy she would be if they were rich. They could fix the roof, the windows, and the front door. Maybe they could buy a new cow. "Okay," said Jack. What okay was that? Okay, maybe the old man didn't say lies, but he said you will be rich, nothing else. Don't you have anything else to say? More convenient? "You've got a deal. Give me the beans." Jack was very excited. He ran home and showed his mother the beans, but instead of being happy, of course he was furious. "You foolish boy, you trade our only cow for a handful of beans." She took the beans and threw them out the window. The broken windows. She didn't have to open the window, it was already broken, and threw them out. Then she sat down beside the fire and cried. Jack was devastated. He shut himself in his bedroom. He felt so stupid. They no longer had a cow. First of all, you can sell your bed, because I'm telling that if you sell your bed, you will make the windows, but you will sleep on was his fault. The next morning, when Jack opened the curtains, he saw something very strange. In the same place where his mother had thrown the beans, there was a giant green beanstalk. It stretched from the ground up, all the way to the clouds. The beans are really magic, whispered Jack. The old man was telling the truth. Jack's mother was still asleep, so Jack decided to climb the beanstalk to look for the riches of the old man had described. Just 5 gold coins, thought Jack. That's all I need to make my mother happy. Jack climbed up higher and higher into the clouds. When he reached the top, he was very hungry. He saw a castle in the distance. Maybe I can find something to eat in that castle, he thought. Jack walked up to the door of the castle and knocked twice. Knock, knock. A giantess opened the door. She was as big as a house, but she had a warm smile and gentle eyes. Excuse me, Mrs. Giant, said Jack. Could you please give me something to eat? I'm so hungry. Oh, you poor boy, said the giantess. She could see that Jack was very thin. Of course, come in, come in. The kind giantess gave Jack some vegetable stew. Okay. Something like that. He was enjoying it so much that he didn't notice when the kitchen table started to shake. Stomp, stomp. Loud footsteps echoed down the hallway. Oh dear, whispered the giantess. That is my husband. He's home from work. Where is he working? He doesn't like humans. Why? Quick, hide. Jack hid in the pantry. The giant stomped into the kitchen and sniffed the air. Hello, my beautiful wife. Wait, do I smell a human man? Yuck, where is he? Good evening, my darling husband, replied the giantess. There's nobody here. You smell the vegetables too, nothing more. Good, grunted the giant. I hate humans. What can they do to you? Excuse me, but you are the giant. What can they do to you? He sat down at the table in the kitchen. The giant took out a small sack of gold coins out of his pocket and counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold coins. Only. Jack watched from inside the pantry. 5 gold coins, thought Jack. If I had that money, I could fix the house. When the two... okay. Don't tell me he will steal. He came all this way to be rich from stealing. That's worse. From stealing. No. I didn't realize it. When the two giants left the room, Jack stole the 5 gold coins and slipped them into his bag. This is all I need, thought Jack. But then Jack remembered that his family no longer had a cow. Without a cow, they could surely starve. He decided to stay and look for another treasures. He will be rich because he will steal the house of the giant. That's bad. That's not for a fairy tale. And that's surely stealing everything this giant family has. That's very sad. That's very sad. Eat the beans from the beanstalk and sell them. Isn't that a better choice? More ethical, I think. But then Jack thought about what the old man had promised. Jack imagined being richer than the richest man in the world. Relax a little. He decided to see what other treasures he could find. He followed the giant into the bedroom and hid under the bed. There was a golden harp standing in the corner of the room. How will you steal the harp? Hello, my beautiful harp. Please play, said the giant. Is that AI? The harp began playing music with no one touching the strings. Wow, a magic harp, whispered Jack. That harp would make me rich and famous. You're trying to get famous. Imagine seeing someone on TikTok playing a magic harp and his name is Jack. Harriet knows who you are and I'm calling the police because you are stealing. The giant fell asleep. Jack crawled out from under the bed. He took the magic harp and put it in his bag. What kind of bag is that? He could fit in a hen, the harp, 5 coins. But this time Jack was less lucky. The magic harp screamed, "Help me, master, a human is stealing me." About time. The giant woke up and saw Jack with the magic harp, the golden hen, and his gold coins. Stop, thief. The giant chased Jack out of the bedroom, down the hallway, through the kitchen and out the front door. But Jack was smaller and faster than the giant. Jack reached the beanstalk first and slid down. He arrived at the ground with all his treasures. The giant reached the top of the beanstalk and looked down. He was afraid of heights, said the giant. He slowly climbed down. Be careful, my husband, shouted the giantess from the castle. Humans can be dangerous. Now, with this kid, Jack, yes, he is dangerous. Jack saw the giant coming down the beanstalk, so he ran into his house and grabbed an axe. He chopped the beanstalk. Whack, whack, whack. That's what it says. I'm not crazy. Suddenly the beanstalk snapped. The giant came trampling down from the sky. He fell down, and landed far away on the other side of the foggy mountains. For a moment had 10 children. He destroyed the life of the giants, those two giants. He destroyed their life, and he never thought about it. Never, just continued living this way. That's very bad. It's a very bad fairy tale. Oh my god. But Jack was never truly happy. Of course, every time the wind blew, Jack heard the giant calling for his wife. And every time it rained, he felt the giant's tears falling on him. Jack felt sad and guilty. He was a child, but I don't care. Come on. Now he remembered that he was guilty all these years. One day, when Jack was very old, it's never too late, but it was late. He decided that he didn't want to be sad anymore, and he waited all this year, rich and famous. But yes, he was sad, yes. Very sad. Be careful not to die because of the sadness. He opened the box on his mantelpiece and pulled out one last shriveled magic bean. He had a magic bean all this time and never helped the giant go back. If he could find the giant, he could grow another beanstalk. Then the giant could climb back to his castle in the clouds. No, you... No. You shouldn't steal from them in the first place. And then you waited all these years, now you are old. And now you remembered to be good. Now, if you were a millionaire, then you could share with the giant. At least share with him. But no, you were afraid you would get killed from him. I know. It's the worst fairy tale of all times. It's the worst fairy tale. Okay, let's continue. If he could find the giant, he could also apologize for being so greedy. If I was the giant, I would kill him. Yes, I would. Jack packed his bag and walked into the foggy mountains. Did Jack find the giant? Did he grow a new beanstalk with the last magic bean? Nobody knows. But people say if you listen closely during a thunderstorm, you can hear the rumbling sound of two giants dancing together in the clouds. The end. That was the worst fairy tale. I'm sorry. It was the worst fairy tale. I'm very sad now. Very sad. A child stole everything from the giant, then tried to kill the giant. He wasn't killed, but he could have killed. The giant could have killed. And he also made them separate. A couple separate. He separated the couple. And not only he did all of that, when he was finally rich and famous, whatever, he didn't try to do something